Draco touched something and I used this cane. And I went,
Didn't touch anything, Draco.
but I didn't.
Bear with me, don't gotta worry for the both of us. Put you in the driver's seat, don't gotta hurry in the name of love.
Hello. Welcome, chat. Making sure everything's all set up nicely. Alrighty, let's fix that. We need to change this image. Alright. Well, we'll jump into it without further ado. We're going to be changing content a little bit. I want to focus in a little bit more on a singular game with some longevity. If you've been following the channel, we've been mostly doing The First Descendant and Bleach lately. And The First Descendant's good, but it doesn't have enough content to warrant me playing it as much as I want to, making it hard to make videos, just because there's not a whole lot to talk about. I've decided we're probably not going to stick with it as a, YouTube, TikTok kind of game. That being said, we'll still play it. And then also, we were doing Bleach. I love Bleach. Favorite of the big three. Big issue with Bleach is there's no players on PC because the game is broken. So I don't really want to also just jump all in on a competitive fighting game. I just feel like probably not the right move for the channel. So we're gonna reignite an old addiction back from December, and we're gonna go all in on Path of Exile 2. There's a new season launching on Friday. A lot of great changes, and I want to go over those changes in a video with y'all today. So without further ado, we will jump right on into it. We'll start the video. What's up, Gerks? It's Gerkenstiel, and we're ready to embark on our newest addiction, or I guess old addiction reignited, with Path of Exile 2 coming out with a new season. The patch notes have now fully dropped, and we can go over all of the crazy changes that we should be expecting here. I'm gonna make sure. You know what? I do not want music in the background of this video. We're gonna exit. Okay, I am gonna just restart. Yoshi, you can, you're my editor, so you can edit this. What's up, Gerks? Gerkenstiel here, ready to start up a old addiction again. We are getting back into Path of Exile 2 with the launch of the new season, and we'll be covering it on the channel. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be the new stream game, and we're gonna be going all in. Because of all the crazy changes. Now, they just dropped the patch notes here. I guess technically on April 3rd, but it's the 2nd, so that's kind of funny. You'll be watching this on the 3rd, though, so it'll look more relevant. Yeah, they've added a lot, and I'm just going to jump into it because this is a crazy long patch note. There's a lot to go over. Just the rough rundown of it. There is a new class, which is the Huntress. They're adding the Amazon and Ritualist Ascendancy for the Huntress. They're adding the Smith of Katava for the Warrior, Tactician for the Mercenary, and Lich for the Witch. We will go over those in this video. They're also adding 25 spear skills, 100 new support gems, 2 new weapon classes, spears and bucklers, and 100 new uniques. They're also fleshing out endgame quite a bit with new maps, encounters, and rewards, and they're adding a 12 rogues, which is essentially a PvP system, except you're not fighting real players, you're fighting AI versions of real players for loot, which is really cool. They're also adding some new endgame things like Asmarian Wisps, which I think is like the new seasonal content. They're adding 15 new socketable items with new modifiers that you can craft. They're introducing Twilight Reliquary Keys and new essence stuff. So, you know, a lot of cool things. They're also just going to be improving the general environment, effects, sound, art, all the good things as it is early access. Now, first, we'll jump into the endgame changes because these are, you know, pretty important. So in terms of the end game, they are going to be making it so the areas of corruption on the Atlas now have a central corrupted nexus that is the source of the affliction, and the areas leading to the nexus corruption will spill out from slain enemies and change monsters. From what I have gathered, they're adding a boss for each faction. These appear in corrupted nexuses, and I think once you clear the nexuses, they said that it'll get like purified, and then you can actually go into the cleansed area for even more loot, which I think it actually says here. Cleansing a nexus will cause surrounding maps to become cleansed, which have their own new monsters and rewards. So basically, they're just fleshing out what you can do at the end game for loot. They're also going to be adding some new modifiers, fractured orbs, different types of maps. Everyone's getting a certain number of respawns now, too, in a party. It says you can now respawn and enter a map if you die. That's huge, because you just get randomly one-shot quite a bit, and then you just lose the map. So this is a great change upon first entering the endgame. However, you get 6 attempts per match, and as you get farther into the waystones, those go down. So you start off with a little bit of a buffer, and it will get harder as time goes on, which I think is cool. You will be able to... says you can respawn on bosses, but you have to kill it a full life. It says if you skip everything but the boss, you'll still respawn at the boss. That's interesting. Everything will be gone but the boss, though. Huh, so I would probably not do that. They're reducing the number of towers. That's good. Make it more powerful, but less of them. New tablets. It's like just general making it better. More loot, new stuff to kill. New specialties. Whole lot of stuff. This is a crazy amount. This I'm kind of going to gloss over a little bit. If you exit the game while in an in-game map area, logging back into the same character will now place you back inside the map. Oh, that's cool. So you don't lose one of your respawns if you get disconnected. That's really hype, actually. Atlas passive changes. They're just adding 40 passive skill points now instead of 30. There's new stuff to gather from there. Cool. General improvements. Okay, hopefully this is good. Fixing crashes. Dope. Reforging benches in town have been repositioned to more optimal locations. Sick. Strong boxes now appear in certain Act 1 areas. Okay. New stash in the treasure room. It's probably going to be helpful. Fire skills now burn grass. That will be visually awesome. Better performance on summoning and reviving minions. Safety checks. Wait, further improved safety checks preventing using movement skills to skip the elevators in the trial of chaos encounters and prevent the encounters from functioning correctly. Interesting. The decay debuff from decaying hex sports now use a more appropriate visual effect and displays below the enemy life bar. That's huge. Okay. Grenade skills now have a small amount of random variation in travel distance when firing multiple grenades at once. That's going to be annoying. Firebolt now uses the same animation as freezing shards instead of generic projectile spell animations. I don't know that that's going to be good, but it being generic is worse, so. Better 3D art. Okay, player changes. This is going to be probably contentious to a few people. Yeah, you can't enter Cruel until you're level 25 and 50 for the end game. I don't know if that's going to make anyone mad, but it could. Players have a slower or a faster attack speed now when unarmed. Freeze got nerfed. Huh. Making this affliction worse. I've already read through some of this, at least from what I've heard from TikTok. Apparently, so they're making it so blocking is just better in general, and you can parry stuff now, which is cool. So they're unifying stun mechanics and terminology between players and monsters. The stagger that players suffer when blocking too much damage or the shield is raised is not heavy stun. Players are still unable to be heavy stunned unless a mechanic specifically states otherwise. Players can no longer be light stunned when the shield is raised. Huge buff. Modifiers to curse effects have been changed to instead apply the curse magnitude. Okay, so curses are just going to hit way harder. Yeah, multiplicative. That's epic. Player created objects such as ice crystals no longer have a monster power value. I don't know if that's good or bad. Ice crystals can no longer apply on kill effects. No. Okay, they're just gutting ice. Okay, well, I mean, ice is like really, really strong, but that's because of the porcelain ring. Players have a 50% more light stun threshold. You can't block while heavy stunned. Critical weakness. Fully broken armor now causes enemies to take 20% increased physical damage from hits. I thought it already did that. Base duration for endurance, frenzy, and power charges now 15 seconds, previously 20. Okay, so they're nerfing it. Better movement. Oh, huge change. Setting a stat to a specific value, such as Chaos Inoculation, setting your life to 1, or Blood Magic, setting your mana to 0, now occurs before conversion is applied to that stat, rather than that being ignored by conversion. Why this is a nerf. Now, you essentially can't, like, convert the stat to something else that you're getting rid of. So you can't, like, do the mage thing that makes you essentially a god with Chaos Inoculation, because you're just going to lose too much of your other stats. I also Chaos Inoculation won't even be worth using now. I'm curious if this specific, oh no, because this is not only Chaos Inoculation. So yeah, your Everlasting Gaze Amulet, I don't think works now. I think it's just terrible item now. Probably not going to use it anymore. That is so depressing. Okay, Ascendancy changes. Do I care about Warrior at all? Not really, but we'll still look at it. More damage against stunned enemies. More damage. War cries can explode corpses. That's crazy. Is that always a thing? That's really cool. I hope they're just tankier. I feel like they weren't very tanky before. Gemling Legionnaire. Okay, I have a friend that likes this. The enhanced effectiveness of Ascendancy passive skill now also grants 20% less attributes. That sucks. Okay. Well, Gemling could basically play your class better than your class could play. So maybe that's a good thing. The integrated efficiency ascendancy passive has swapped positions with gems studded. It no longer provides +3 skill slots. Instead, it now causes skills to gain 20% increased damage per socketed red support gem. Skill gains 6% increased skill speed per socketed green, and 20% increased critical hit chance per socketed blue. The implanted gem ascendancy passive no longer provides +1 level to all skills. Instead, it now provides a choice between +2 levels of all skills with a strength requirement, dexterity, or intelligence. That's pretty cool. That seems like more interesting. That's a more interesting way to allocate stuff. Witch Hunter, more damage, sick. They get less armor and evasion, but the sorcery ward barrier recharge delay has also been reduced. Okay, well, that's fine. Deadeye, the Thrilling Chase Ascendancy passive now provides when you consume frenzy charges, you count as having consumed twice as many. Previously a 50% chance and described in a slightly different way. Okay, that's fine. Pathfinder, was this the one people used the stupid poison build with? The running assault ascendancy now has 50% less movement penalty from using skills, was 30. The location of this passive has been swapped. The connected chemistry ascendancy skill has been removed, and during elixirs no longer has a prerequisite. Ooh, I don't even know what that did. Multi-choice practical remedies ascendancy skill passive that provides the ability to allocate grounding. Interesting. Huh. I already know what most of this means. It sounds like Pathfinder's just going to be different. Okay, Acolyte of Chayula. This will be interesting. They need to somehow make this a interesting class because this class sucked. The Embrace of Darkness Ascendancy skill now provides +8 to maximum darkness per level, was 5. The Ravenous Doubt Ascendancy skill no longer provides Mana Leech, is instant. Instead, it provides Mana Leech recovers based on other damage types as well as physical. Honor lost during the Trial of Sekhmet is now taken before the Acolyte of Chayula's Darkness. I don't know if any of these are good changes. I feel like Acolyte's still going to blow. Invoker. Okay, so they're just straight up nerfing the evasion rating. That sucks. They're nerfing the spirit conversion. That sucks. Oh, but it does more damage. Okay, I mean, Invoker was way too strong. You got so much free spirit. You one-shotted everything. Like, Invoker, I didn't even like Monk, but I played it because it was so good. So that's probably fair. Blood Mage. The Blood Barb's Ascendancy passive skill no longer provides 10% of damage gained as extra physical damage and now causes bleeding to be aggravated. That's OP. Added a new Between the Cracks Ascendancy passive skill that causes critical hits to ignore monster armor. Requires Sangomancy. That's really cool. Okay, so Blood Mage might actually do damage. Holy crap, why is there so many changes to Infernalist? Okay, before I even read them, I played Infernalist and I quit playing them because it took way too long to clear maps with them. You had to AFK at the start of the map in order to clear it, and mine would regularly get a ridiculous amount of Demon Flames because I had like the full meta, like low HP, insanely high regen rate build, so I was just one-shotting everything once I got there. What do they change? Demon skill has a longer passive skill cooldown. Demon Flare is capped at 10. What the hell? Why? Oh, you lose a flat amount of life per second now instead of percent life. That's very nice because it was impossible to stay alive. You needed a specific unique to actually get the high demon stacks. So that's very good. Hopefully they increase the scaling now that you're capped though. Seething Body Ascendancy skill now has, while on high Infernal Flame, you and your allies in your presence gain 50% of damage as fire damage. That's a huge buff to damage. The Grinning Immolation Ascendancy passive now provides 50% more critical damage bonus, previously 30%. Interesting. That seems really, really good too. The Pyromantic Pact Ascendancy skill now causes 50% of Infernal Flame to be lost per second. That doesn't matter. The Bringer of Flame Ascendancy skill now causes all damage from you and allies in your presence to contribute to Ignite chance and Magnitude instead of providing, while not on low Infernal Flame, all damage you now is percent. That seems good. That's a good change. That's a good change. I don't dislike that. Master Darkness Ascendancy skill now grants Demon Flame has no maximum. Okay, so they're just making you pay now to have no maximum instead of pay to have a maximum. That's bullcrap, low key. That's kind of annoying. Because why would you play Demon Infernalist if you're gonna just cap your stacks? It makes no sense. Why would you? The small mana Ascendancy passive now provides 3% increased maximum mana, previously 4%, so they just nerfed that. Okay. After allocating Pyromatic Pact Ascendancy passive skill, you now have at least one maximum Eternal Flame, even with 100% reduced maximum mana. Don't know what that means. Using Blink while in demon form now plays an appropriate animation instead of landing to blink. That seems like a good thing. Someone in chat saying that they nerfed the dog. What did they do to the dog? Oh, Loyal Hellhound Ascendancy no longer causes 20% of damage from hits to be taken from your Hellhound's life before you. What's the point of it then? That's stupid. That's like why I liked it. It made me harder to kill. It was so good. Chronomancer, the circular heart. I probably won't even take it now. Chronomancer, the circular heartbeat Ascendancy passive skill has been removed. Rapid Rivers no longer has a prerequisite. Okay. The Quicksand Hourglass Ascendancy passive skill now has every 10 seconds gain 50% more cast speed for 5 seconds. Previously, every 12 seconds gain 50% more cast speed for 4 seconds. Huh. Added a new Flood of Echoes Ascendancy passive skill that grants the Unleash skill. I don't know if this is enough to actually make it better than Stormweaver, unless they're just gutting Stormweaver here, and that's next. Stormweaver, my favorite class. Force of Ascendancy passive skill now provides 1% increased effect of arcanes. Can you keep them from screaming downstairs, please? Kill. Thanks. Casey, you'll have to just edit that part out. Okay. Stormweaver. The Force of Will Ascendancy passive skill now provides 1% increased effect of Arcane Surge on you per 25 max mana, previously 15. So they just straight nerfed Force of Will. Great. The Scouring Winds Ascendancy passive skill now causes exposure you deflect to lower the effective resistances by additional 12%, previously 20. Now causes you deflect to lower. So they nerfed the damage again. Strike twice no longer provides 50% less shock duration. Instead, it now provides 25% less magnitude. Dude, is everything just a nerf? The Small Mana Ascendancy passive skill no longer provides 4% increased maximum mana, but gives you more regen. Well, that's nice. I like that one. Why does the rest of it have to suck? It's just all strictly nerfs. That's crazy. Wait, are you going to bed?
You told me to.
No. I just said, can you have her stop screaming down here? Kayla, that's so unfair. Kayla, I just told you to have her stop screaming. Okay, obviously, editor, edit that out too. Passive skill tree changes. With the addition of the Huntress and the other new game mechanics, we've added passive support for these throughout the passive skill tree. Hopefully some of these changes make Stormweaver not suck. There are many new clusters, mostly in the Huntress Ranger area of the tree, and many existing passive skills have been updated. These changes may result in an existing tree being forcefully refunded if you had allocated nodes that have been changed. We're not going to go over the cluster changes. This is all well above my pay grade. Skill changes. Many skills have had damage change. The mana cost of all attacks, marks, and Warcries have been reduced. Yes. Minion damage and life scaling. General damage and life is the same early game, but lower than before at higher rank, especially past gem level 20 plus. So, life and minions are just worse now? Adjusted skeletal clerics heal life, scaling accordingly. Arc no longer damages based on remaining chains and changed 6 to 8 times at gem level 5 to 8 now. Provides plus 2% more damage for each remaining chain. Interesting. Archmage now causes non-channeling spells to gain 3% of damage as extra lightning damage for each 100 maximum mana. You have all gem levels, previously 5 to 6%. Oh my god. Are they just nerfing literally everything? Sorry, chat. Evelyn, for some reason, feels like it's her duty to talk instead of go to bed. Go to bed! Obviously, another spot to edit out. Armor sucks. So Archmage is just literally worse in every way. This was literally the reason to play Stormweaver, and it just sucks now. I will be right back, chat. Welcome back, Cheat Lee. Okay. Let me make sure we are still here. Okay. Obviously, we're going to be resuming here. Armor Break has had the armor break amount lowered by roughly 20% at all gem levels. So armor break's worse. Is everything I'm going to read just going to be a nerf, bro? This is just... Okay, well, bleed is way stronger. That's good. Literally doubled magnitude on it. Blink counts as a travel skill. Don't know what that means. Okay, so it looks like they're buffing some of the weak stuff, nerfing all the fun stuff. Cast on minion death now only gains energy when persistent minions are killed. Additionally, minions that are created by a very under-leveled minion skill now grants less energy when killed. Cast on shock now gains 1 energy per power of enemies you shock with hits from skills, previously 2. Oh great, I will get my cast on shock even less now, when I barely ever get it. Oh, of course, only shock's the one that's nerfed. It was the only one that was still good, and now it's worse. Cluster Grenade Mini Explosion Radius is bigger, that's good. Combat Frenzy now has a gain in Frenzy Charge when you freeze, electrocute, or pin an enemy no more than once every 5.3 to 4.1 seconds at gem level. Oh my god. Good thing I had my fun with the Monk and the Sorceress before this patch, because everything I did is just worse. This is crazy. There is so many changes. Let's see, anything else I find it remotely interesting in here? Giving things cooldowns that didn't. Frostwall now has a cooldown of 5 seconds. That's not that big of a deal. Ooh, Herald. Okay, Heralds. These are going to be big changes. Herald of Ashes Explosions is bigger. They get an additional overkill damage. Herald of Ice has a smaller explosion radius. You can't use Herald of Plague without a martial weapon. Herald of Thunder's Bolt's impact radius is now 1.4, so it's nerfed. Hex Blast can now only detonate curses for which at least 50% of the duration is expired. So you can't blow up infinite duration curses. But it's got a bigger explosion. But less explosions. That is such... Oh my god. Travel skills all share a global cooldown now. Okay. Ball Lightning's description clarifies that the ball itself does not hit enemies anymore. What the frick? So what's the point of Ball Lightning? It doesn't hit enemies anymore? Oh my god. Okay. Lightning Conduit now performs a number of extra lightning bolts if it consumes shocks from an enemy. These bolts are distributed among targets in the skilled area, but can hit the same target multiple times if few enemy targets were hit. That's cool. Lightning Bolt has a 200% more chance to shock, was 100, dope. Lightning Conduit has 20% more damage with hits per 5% shock. Sick. Wait. Oh, that's worse. That's just less damage in general. That's way... What the... Lightning Rod Arrow now disappears after being chained 6 times at all gem levels. Arrows now take 1 second to charge up before releasing a lightning burst when chained to. Lightning arrows that chain to lightning rod arrows that cause the pulse to happen instantly instead of needing to charge up. I don't know if that's actually that big of a deal. Lightning Warp no longer creates shocked ground if targeted a ball lightning projectile. They ruined my Lightning Warp build, bro. Oh, God. Editor, if you can, I want you to maybe show some of these abilities that I'm crying they got nerfed. Like the Monk Ice Blast part, my spam lightning stuff. The Lightning Warp build where you're like teleporting to the balls and they explode. You can just keep spamming and that'd be awesome to like kind of just stitch in there. Oh my god, they nerfed everything. Mana Tempest quality now grants additional damage gained as lightning instead of causing its effects to linger after you exit the Tempest, which did not actually function. 6, they buffed Mana Tempest. Jesus, this game has so much. Who actually goes through all of this and memorizes it all? Like, ooh, Tempest spell changes. Tempest spell now does more damage on impact, but requires a 10 combo to use instead of 4. The bell's destroyed after 10 hits at all gem levels, previously 19 or 20. Quality now causes the bell to be destroyed after less hits. The shockwaves no longer deal extra damage. Okay. There's a strict limit on how many shockwaves you can do. Tempest spell's limit is now cooldown based on... Oh my god. So you can't use the Tempest spell chain kills anymore. You can't have Herald skills proc off each other? Dude, this game is going to be so hard now. Oh my god. Every build is just going to be different. Like, very different. Your class will not feel the same whatsoever. That's crazy. Support changes. Okay, this is more universal for everybody. Astral Projection now causes supported skills to have 25% less area of effect, previously 35%. Okay, so that's a buff, right? Sick. Brutality now causes supported skills to do 25% more physical damage. So they nerfed Brutality. Burning Inscription has a bigger multiplier. Cannibalism now provides less health. Capacitor now has a 130% modifier. Ugh. Controlled Destruction and Extraction supports now correctly are not socketable in the skills which had secondary damaging hits, but no spell damage hits. These supports were never scaled scaling damage of these skills and were just incorrectly socketable. Weird. That's good then. Exploit Weakness now causes support skills to consume enemy fully broken armor to do 40%, previously 50%, so nerfed. I feel like I'm just reading nerf notes. Everything's a nerf. Impetus is worse. Magnified effect is worse. Strip away got nerfed. Like everything I used is just worse. And I know there's some buffs in here, but it's stuff that I'm like not excited for because I haven't used it, right? It's not stuff that I've historically liked, if that makes sense. Unique item changes. The Against the Darkness unique jewel has had a medium radius. I really only... Is this the helmet that gives you the super health? No. But they changed it, whatever it was. Oh, Arc Amulet. So they already ruined the amulet because it doesn't work with Chaos Inoculation anymore. Let's see. Now causes you to gain 4 to 6% of maximum mana as extra maximum energy shield. Previously 20 to 30%. What? 4 to 6% from 20 to 30% is insane. 40 to 60% increased mana regen. Previously 50. So more regen. And a bit more maximum mana per level. Why would I want... I'm not going to use a Divine Orb to ruin it, bro. What? So much less maximum energy shield. Good God. What an insane nerf. That's crazy. Ghost Writhe. Now provides 25% of maximum life converted energy shield. Previously 50%. Exists... Oh. So they nerfed that too, huh? They nerfed that too. Ah, okay. I hope they nerf this one. I never even got one. The unique belt no longer has a 40 to 80% increased bonus gain from equipped rings, and now has 30 to 50% increased bonus gain from equipped left ring, and 50 to 30 to 50% increased bonus gain from right wing. Existing versions of this item are unaffected by these changes. So that means your third ring will not get buffed, notably. That's actually not great. That sucks. Changing all these. Dang, dude, there's so much. Okay, item changes. Please say divines are more, like, plentiful. Jeweler's Orbs now set a skill gem to have the specified number of support gem sockets rather than adding them. Thank God. It was harder for me to get a greater jeweled orb than a perfect one. True story. For example, you can now use Perfect Jeweler's Orb with 2 support gems to bring it to 5. Epic. Advanced and expert item-based types now have distinctive names. Runes have tiers, or runes. Using a Battle Orb can no longer cause a modifier with a value of 1 to be reduced to 0. Thank God. Crossbows are better. Better rarities. Nerfing scepters. Interesting. Monster changes. Just tell me that they don't one-shot me anymore. Oh, all monsters have reduced armor. Sick. So they're just kind of nerfing the damage of all the guys. Okay, this is good because we're gonna be so much weaker. Making the bosses and everyone squishier, kind of a W. Quest changes. You can now must open the Holani Gate before you can advance the Ascent to Power quest to the point of being able to travel to the Travel segments. That's bullcrap. Not that you could clear it without doing that before, but it's still lame. The Earnings Passage quest now ends on entering the Adura Caravan in Act 2 rather than speaking to Zarka. That's good. User interface changes. You can spectate your party members. Oh, that's so nice. My friends are going to love that because they die a lot, and we want to not have them bored. Added the ability... That was so mean. I said that because my editor is one of my friends. The ability to pan the mini-map overlay when using a controller. Keywords, shorten descriptions. Reach shorter words, pause the game. Dope. Better stats, HUD. Don't care, don't care. All right, well, those are the changes. There is kind of a lot here. It's a lot to digest. I don't know what we think, guys. It's a new season. It's an ARPG. You're supposed to make a new character, level the new character, make a new build, get to the end game, have fun, be the greatest you can be, and not play your old one. So the fact that my old one now sucks, I guess, is fine. It's just going to be weird having to relearn it. However, I could probably play a Stormweaver now, play it differently than I did before, and have fun with it because it won't feel the same because it'll be very, very different. That being said, let me know what you guys are going to do. I think I'm probably just going to play a Huntress because I'm assuming since Huntress is the only non-nerfed class here, it's going to be freaking OP as crap. So I will be playing the Huntress, and I will probably play the most OP version of that I possibly can. If I can't play Huntress, I want to play Lich, because Lich looks really cool. But yeah, I don't know that I'll ever play Monk again. I barely had fun with the Monk when it was just busted, and I don't think the changes are going to make Ice Monk remotely good anymore. However, Flicker Strike Monk could still be fun, because I didn't see anything about that getting nerfed. So, well, I guess they nerfed Frenzy Charges, which means you probably can't do the permanent Flicker Strike build anymore. Gosh dang it. That was such a cool build. All of my really fun mobility builds, I feel like, got completely axed. Like, ugh. This is sad. It's a sad day. But we're still going to play it. We're still going to love it. And so are you. Good night, Gerks. Like, comment, and subscribe below. Alright, he can edit out the end. Alright, we have that video saved. We can upload it to Yoshi. Yoshi can, you know, do all of that great stuff for us. That being said, chat, we should probably talk about content. Path of Exile 2. That's something we need to do. We need to do our Path of Exile 2 is our new game video as well. Sorry, stream today is less of a stream and more of a me telling people what's going on, but it's just something you gotta do. This is where you make content. And if you don't make content, you won't understand. One day, 15 hours until our life changes forever. HDR's off, good. We're just gonna leave it like this, because there's a timer. Okay. Greetings, Gerks. It's your overlord, Gerkenstiel here. Wanted to go over with you the future of Gerkenstiel, or I guess what we're going to be doing for now. As most of you know, the games that I was covering, either I have gotten bored of and quit, or just in a really bad spot. I wanted to get really into Bleach, and the player base on Steam's dead already, so we can't really do that. I have it on PlayStation, but I'm not streaming stuff on PlayStation, and there's just not a lot of content to make on a fighting game for a guy like me. I just play it and have fun. Nothing else really to do. We were also going really hard on the First Ascendant, and I love that game, but there's really no end game, and it's really easy. And outside of, you know, being a gooner and, like, getting skins, there's, like, not a whole lot to do there either. And so then I was thinking, okay, well, we were doing great on Marvel Rivals, you know. We hit Celestial, we were a god, and views were really good. We could go back to Marvel Rivals. However, there's not a new season out. That game's also at an all-time low in terms of player count. And it's just not hitting the same because I got bored. And then I remembered there was a game I played before Marvel Rivals that I was so addicted to that even though I was waiting for Rivals for a very, very long time, I played this game instead. And I did as much as I could in this game, and then I told myself I have to stop or I will, you know, go homeless and never do anything again except play this game. I want to wait at least until there is a new season and new classes, and then we'll delve back in. That game's Path of Exile too. I've told a lot of people I'm never playing this game again because it's too much. And maybe I am wrong to get back into it. But I think if I am going to make a sustainable content creator career and invest in all of you and really showcase how to have healthy, relationships with games, invest in your mental health and your walk with God, then I need a game that can actually like have legs and stay with me. And this game has that. It's got plenty of gameplay. You can play it forever. It's really fun. It's beautiful. It's free. At least it will be free. And it's not going away anytime soon. This game is definitely going to stick around, and it's fairly hardcore, just like me. So I felt like it was a perfect game to, encapsulate who I am and allow me to provide better content. And as a channel, I want to focus more on all of you, how to have, just like the other things that I had just said. And if we're going to make content on a game, I want to do it on a game where I feel like the devs really try hard and care a lot about their players. And to kind of emphasize that, we just made a video on it, but they released their patch notes for this new season. Look how long this is, guys. Look at the number of changes that are coming to this game in the first big update in early access. We're not even halfway through. Oh, we're not even halfway through the page here. Look at this. All changes. This is an insane amount of changes for a game. Like, that is crazy. Literally insane. The devs care. They really do. And so I want to cover the game. And the new update will be in 1 day, 15 hours. They got a little launch thingy on their website. They're releasing a really cool new character called the Huntress, who looks really, really cool. You have a spear and a buckler. They got new ascendancy classes, and they're just changing a lot. They're adding a lot of really cool stuff that I'm like really excited for. And that's kind of the announcement. That is the future of the channel. These characters are all going to be getting retired, quote unquote, because they will no longer be good still, right? They're completely changing the whole meta, and we're all going to get to start from scratch. If you guys are new to ARPGs, like I am, this will be my first ever reset, meaning everything that I have progressed in the game is going to get wiped clean, essentially, and you will be restarting the game with all the changes, with all the knowledge you had before. Some people hate this, some people love it. I have never been someone that liked it. I always hated this idea, but I've heard that it is fun and it is worth it. And therefore, I am going to give it a chance and actually stick it out and do it. So I'll be making my new character on the new server with the new economy, and we will be getting into the ARPG life. If you've never experienced it, I highly recommend you all get PoE 2 and you try it out for yourself. See what you think. Tell me how much fun you're having, because this game's really, really quite fun, and it's very pretty. And I think anyone could easily have fun and get addicted to this game. It's even got split screen co-op, so if you want to play on the same screen on your console or your PC with your loved one or something, it's an easy game to do that. It's just really good. I mean, it's a live service game, of course, but it is a game where you go around, collect loot, fight dudes, go through a whole campaign, get stronger. I'm not really doing it justice. I guess I could also kind of show you guys what you do. I'll hop on my main character. It's a sorcerer. And you'll just get to see, I guess, the end game first, because that's the easiest thing to show you. But this is kind of like my hideout here, right? And just to show you the end game without, like, making me all sad, I will go to my stash, grab a map key. We'll do a level 1 map key. I know, my inventory is full. Don't make fun of me. Level 1 map, because we do not want to die in a video showcasing the game and why I love this game so much. But this is a sorcerer, right? You move with WASD. You have all these skills here that you choose. You can choose which ones. You socket them in here. So you pick a skill and you can equip them. So because I have like mostly passives and stuff, that's weird. I don't have enough intellect for my spark. Is it going to work? Still works. It's just probably doing dramatically reduced damage. Oh, okay. I was using the wrong weapon. That's why. Wrong weapon. Okay. I was like, that's crazy. I've been using it with no problem. You have different weapons, so keep that in mind, chat. And then if you want to see like, so these are my skills, and then if you want to see my passives, this is the passive skill tree. We have obviously gotten fairly high level, but there is a lot of skills to choose from. It's not that overwhelming. Just follow a guide if you're new. It makes life so much easier. And we are going to go through here. You can play it like League of Legends where you click to move, or you can play it like, you know, a normal video game and use WASD, which is what I do. But as you can see, this game is a visual spectacle, and you can combine elements too. So I make fire, I'm going to shoot lightning through the fire and energize it. It looks awesome. I don't need any of the loot in here. But this is a Stormweaver, so I basically am shooting lightning bolts everywhere, and my whole build is designed around making these little lightning bolts go really fast, really far, and do lots of damage. I think it's quite fun. I really enjoy it. And I think you will too. But all the classes play fairly differently. Not all of them are like this. Like my monk has a giant ice staff that freezes everything, and then they explode. And it's very, very cool and fun to watch. Yeah. I'm just gonna go through this, and my editor can kind of chop up and pick what he thinks is going to be good to put in the video, or if he wants to remove any of this segment. I will let him have full creative liberties and discretion in that regard. This is also just going to be good for getting him B-roll footage. The goal of this, by the way, everyone, is you're going through the map and you just kill all the enemies. If there was like objectives in here, it would tell you, and you could do those too. So like if you had a ritual you needed to do, or kill a certain boss, or like do an excavation site, that's all stuff that you can do when you are in these little dungeons. All the dungeons look different, and they're semi-procedurally generated, so that's not the same layout really ever. The layout will change. So that way, you know, it kind of avoids some of the monotony of doing it, but the maps will have the same general like theme, right? So all of the auguries look the same, all the swamps look the same in terms of visual design, but the actual movement around will not be the same. You'll be kind of a different orientation. They'll make it look a little bit different. This is a boss fight, by the way, but hopefully we just one-shot this guy. Jeez. Come on. Yeah, we're just gonna one-shot him. We just stunned him, and he's dead. Yeah, we're over-leveled for this. I didn't want to do a mission that I was going to be, like, at level for, so... Just because if I die, I'm so close to leveling up. I'm at 93. When you die, you actually lose XP. So, don't want that to happen. I do not want to lose any XP right now. Losing XP is the worst. Need to find the enemies. It's so satisfying mowing down hordes in this game. I think it's a running theme on my channel. I like games where I get to fight a lot of dudes at the same time. Where this differs from the first Descendant is like the amount of variance in the endgame is insane, and there's actually a reason for me to get stronger and get better gear. Like, these enemies can easily one-shot me, ruin my day, steal my XP. There's pinnacle bosses that you work towards as well, depending on which content you're grinding. And when doing said content, you actually get more efficient at it. Like, you can set your skill points to, like, make that content easier than it would normally be. And I really do enjoy that part of this game, too. The end game is extremely robust. It's kind of like an MMO, but it's not an MMO. But it is a co-op game. I wish World of Warcraft was like this, though. If WoW was this good, oh man. Would I play a lot of WoW? And I have my in-game volume pretty low just because we're recording a video, but it's got really nice sound effects. I've noticed most people on stream don't want to hear the game particularly loud. If you guys feel differently, you know, let me know. Hold up, chat. I just realized I don't have my Twitch chat up, TikTok chat. Editor, you know what to do there. That guy probably would have been a problem if I was, you know, remotely his level. Whoa. Whoa. I have no idea how popular this game is to watch. Yo, thanks for the likes, project. I have no idea how popular this game is as like a streamer game or a YouTube game, but I just really like this game, and I think more people should give it a chance. I think it's going to be really, really big in the next year when it's free to play. I think a lot of people are going to give it a try. The reputation for it is just so good. And the first game, you know, the biggest barrier for entry was how complicated it was, but they really simplified things a lot for this one. It's a lot more accessible, I would say. A lot more accessible than it used to be, that's for sure. Pretty crazy delay over on TikTok, I just noticed. Okay, I think we beat the map. It says map complete over here. And that's a map. Most of the end game consists of going through this. So you go through here and you juice up maps with these towers. And then you go through and clear everything out. And this goes on forever. This never ends. You have your normal axe, though, that you can go through to unlock this part, which is nice. So, very fun. With that, that's the end kind of this video. We will be showcasing a lot of PoE content, you know, on stream coming up. And I will post what I feel like is beneficial to post, and I won't post what's not. So don't expect me to just spam a bunch of slop content, you know. I'm just going to post what I care about, what I think is good, and hopefully help encourage all of you to have fun with gaming again as well. Like, comment, and subscribe below, and come tune in for a stream. All right. Chat, I can talk to you again. Who's this guy? Just want to make sure audio is good. I think it's probably fine. That's probably loud. Okay. Let's do an actual dungeon this time, huh? Dang, I don't have anything better than this. Oh, we needed a... God, our inventory is so full. Get rid of some of this, though. I don't have anything for that. Why are you leaving the loot behind? So I was recording a video for YouTube, and it was level 1, and I just don't need any of that level 1 loot. I'm gonna be honest. We just don't need it. It's not very good for what our level. It's very, very easy. But on this one, we will keep the loot. Let's see, let's do... Can we not do that one? This is a good question, Project. How are you? You play PoE too? Or have you thought about playing it? Thanks for all the likes, by the way. It's a very good game. I've never played on this map before. This looks sick. It's hard to see though. These enemies could actually kill me. Ooh, a Bell Orb. I'm only gonna grab loot that I need though. I don't want to grab just everything. It's hard to find upgrades. Like generalized upgrades. There's a lot of good upgrades, but if it's not rare, I'm not probably gonna look at it. Can't believe I'm getting nerfed, man. This class will never be the same. Oh, this map is exactly like the other map, but without the fire. Okay, that's interesting. It's a grass version of the flame map from the campaign. Also, I'm just not grabbing things for stuff that's not my class. If it's for another class, I don't really care. Not when the game's resetting in like a day. I wonder if I should spam my lives in the global chat. Would that be cringe? I'm gonna get so many haters, but you know, you gotta shill for yourself. You know, if you're not gonna ask people to come watch you, no one's gonna watch you. This is what I've learned from sales, anyway. Literally, like, no one's going to. If you don't actually, yeah, see, people are pissed. But like, if you're not gonna advocate for yourself, no one will. And my mission is really to help people realize that they're loved, you know? If you aren't going to promote yourself, who will? You know, someone might see it. Positive gaming community, man. We want people to feel loved. Keep on moving through here. I've never actually seen this map. It's really sick. Ooh. Some of this loot could be actually really, really good. I'll have to check this out in a second. Those could be really, really good. Bottom right, I guess. How's that? Oh, heavy belt? That's funny. Just misaligned. I wonder if my loot filter is going to quit working. That'd be really annoying if it quit working on the new update. Yo, what's up, Bronco? Sick. I can't wait till I can slot this in right here. Yeah, nerf bat. It's true. It's true. Alright, let's see. Do we get the upgrades? Nope. 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 Dang. All this gear is garbage. Welcome, Rachel. Hopefully you're not the Rachel I know. That'd be awkward. I don't think we want any of this loot. I think our loot's just, like, literally better. Well, it's better in some ways, not in others. Just sell it. We don't need it. Obviously, I know you're not the Rachel that I know, but the Rachel I know I really don't like. Let's see. Slot 7 mat. See this one. Increased rarity. Let's do it, baby. Let's do this one. Did I even get a drop? Oh, frick. We didn't get anything. That's awkward. Alright, we gotta grab one. Let's grab TLC oven. Oh, tier 7 this bitch. We need to do these for a quest anyway, so let's do it. I don't like crypt though. Crypt is hard. I hate crypt so much that I'm not even gonna do this part. Yeah. If you want to survive this, you have to kind of step left to right. Just don't let anything get to you. You want to constantly pre-shoot your lightning too. Just keep launching that. Get rid of this guy. I was really hoping in the patch notes they were going to say, like, I don't know, dodging makes you invincible. That would have been so... We almost died. Could always use more orbs. Gosh, Spark is just so good. I mean, kind of makes sense why they're nerfing it, but I just enjoy it. I don't like things that I love getting gutted, you know? You're also nerfing Inez on TFT. It's crazy. Like tomorrow. All of our units just getting hard gutted. They should make a video about ways to have a good relationship with games. I think people just need to not play games that are chores and that they don't enjoy. Sounds crazy, but a lot of people just play games they don't even like. It's really weird. They think they're like a content creator and they're not. What do we want here? I could get more area of effect. That'd be kind of funny. Kind of funny, no? Triggered spells do more damage. Additional projectiles? That'd be kind of crazy. Could get more intelligence. Oh, more energy shield. Duh. Yeah. Look at that. Yo, what's up, crazy uncle? Yeah, I want more. I want bigger energy shield. See, get that sucker up. I don't want to die to random stuff anymore. No thanks. We're over that. We're done with that life. No more deaths. Deathless run. Yeah, that shield goes away quick. That's what happens when you give yourself unlimited mana. Those gloves could be a baller. We're always looking for that next upgrade, chat. Always looking. Why is my TikTok chat like disappearing? It's really annoying.
I need more time.
Oh, we got the gold circlet. I think I remember trading divines for this thing. It's funny. Let's got another one. Who knows? Could be really good. Map complete. Dang, we cruised through these maps. Who knew? We're strong. So we're getting the wrong resistances. That sucks. What does this do? More rarity. 25% of maximum left to show energy show. I'm curious. How much does this affect my energy shield? Shoot. That gives me an extra 1,000, bro. Extra 1,000 energy shield. But my resistances are much worse, which not worth. Not worth. But we do get a lot more. It's just not super worth. We really don't need these. Alright, let's sell this again, I guess. Let's get money. Oh, do we even get more keys? Why are we not getting keys anymore? That's really frustrating. We cleared the map, but we didn't get any new ones. Hopefully this isn't too hard. Oh, higher rarity, let's go. Hey, you can't help it. You can't help it. Respect the hustle. Respect the hustle. You know, I'm a salesman. You just gotta... Ooh, we almost died. We almost died doing the bit. All right. Ooh. That's crazy damage. Something's hitting us off screen. Is it a boss? Oh, it is a boss. That was annoying. Oh my god, there's so many enemies. There's just so many. Oh my god. Oh no 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 no. Bro, get off me. Sheesh. Dog was in heat. Bro, another one? There are all the rares right here. Oh. Stun locked. Chat, I don't think you're... When our mana goes, we're dead. So... These guys just running at us with a shield, chunking our mana away is crazy. Oh. Come on. We're getting interrupted a lot. These interrupts are crazy. Do I just not have anyone watching me on TikTok or not TikTok, Twitch or YouTube today? Where is everybody? Where's all my followers? Tempted to look. No one's chatting today, that's why I'm a little concerned. I usually have a pretty... I feel like I normally have a pretty active chat. Huh. I don't know where everyone is. I even got a haircut for all y'all. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Chain stun's OP. Stop chain stunning me. You. Oh, back to 0% XP. That's the thing I hate, bro. You gain something and then you lose it right away. It's just gone. You just lose it. I don't know. That might be enough PoE for today. Well, I haven't been live for a particularly long time, but, you know. It's not looking like particularly fruitful day. And the big update's not even out yet. Here's what I think we do, chat. We could just record. We could record a how to have a good relationship with video games video. But let's figure it out. I'm gonna copy a good friend of mine, Christian Ninja. We're gonna use some Chat GPT, and then we are gonna have it write out for me bullet points on how gaming is good for mental health. Okay. It says, can I zoom this in? Okay. Does it look good on TikTok? Yeah, it does. Okay. Here are some bullet points for how gaming can be good for mental health. Stress relief. Playing video games can serve as a form of escapism. helping to reduce stress and anxiety by immersing players into a different world or experiences. It's true. Improves cognitive function. Many gamers require problem solving, strategy, and critical thinking. Turn this into a video script. Dude, this is crazy. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this full screen on my face. Why is this not working? Hold up, chat. Hold up. Okay. We're gonna experiment with this, everybody. We're gonna do this live just because it's kind of a slower stream. And I think it'll be cool. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna record a video. And this is gonna be a highly edited, more production value video for my editor to kind of have some fun with. But it's gonna basically be how gaming is good for your mental health, right? I think this could be cool. I think it's gonna be exciting. So we're just gonna jump on in. We're just gonna jump on in. Greetings, Gerks. Today I want to talk about something that is very important to me, near and dear to my heart, and part of why this channel even exists. I want to talk about why gaming is good for your mental health. Gaming is something that I've done my whole life, and I think it's something that is very just misunderstood. Gaming isn't just about entertainment. It's more than just a way to pass the time. In fact, gaming can have a surprising benefit on your brain, your mental health, your outlook on life. Let's explore how gaming can actually be good for your mental well-being. First up, gaming gives stress relief. Video games can serve as an escape, taking your mind off the stresses of everyday life. Whether it's a soothing puzzle game, an action-packed adventure, gaming can help unwind and relax you. Even those sweaty games of Marvel Rivals can relax you depending on who you are and how you go into it. It really matters more about you than the game, what you enjoy, what you care about. Gaming also boosts your cognitive functions. Many games will challenge your brain. From problem solving to critical thinking, this will help sharpen your mind and improve memory retention, all while letting you still have fun. Gaming can also foster social connections. Multiplayer games allow you to meet new people and strengthen friendships, which is essentially helpful for combating any type of loneliness and depression. Most people that I know, at least in my circles, are from playing games. We either became friends because we played the same game, we met online, or someone else that we played games with introduced us. I even have multiple friends that are married because of people they met playing video games, which is crazy. Crazy to think about. Not my story, but there are a lot of them. That is their story. Gaming also helps enhance your mood. Are you feeling down? Because games will often lift your spirits. I know people like to make fun of games for being rage baiting and making you unhappy, but a lot of the time, games will lift your spirits. When you accomplish something in a game, like completing a challenge, winning a match, getting a new rank, you get an insane release of dopamine, the feel-good, happy hormone flooded into your brain. Now, this can be offset with the droughts where things aren't going good in the game, but I do want to mention that you do get some of the happy juice sometimes. And a lot of people, that's why they're playing in the first place. Some games obviously lend themselves more towards getting it than others. Games also help your hand-eye coordination and reaction time. Gaming can also improve your hand-eye coordination. And Casey, you know where to edit this part. Gaming can improve your hand-eye coordination and reaction time. Fast-paced games in particular train your brain to react quicker, enhancing both your physical and mental alertness. Anyone would know that if you try to throw a ball to a gamer, they actually usually catch it and throw it back better than you would expect, just because of the precision required in hand-eye coordination when playing games. It also will help boost your creativity. Many games, especially open world ones, give you the freedom to think outside the box and tackle objectives in the way that you see fit. You have games like Minecraft that let you build anything your heart desires. You have games like Dishonored, which told you go kill this one guy and figure out how to do it, which created the whole sandbox genre of going in and, clearing it the way that you want to. I'm not saying that they invented it, but like they definitely popularized it. They definitely help you and tap into more your creative side, especially for people that don't think they're creative. Games help with that. Most RPGs have entire build systems that all are just meant to flex your creativity and ways to make your character stronger, smarter, faster, whatever you want. Builds help, spur that itch in the brain. They also help give you emotional resilience. Now, this is really important for your mental health, guys. Games will teach you to be resilient. When you face a setback in a game, you push through it. You develop perseverance, emotional strength, and those skills will transfer to real life. Anyone that has been a top 1% gamer that knows how to climb the leaderboard, deal with adversity, work with horrible teammates, and win despite that ends up doing well in the corporate workplace. It essentially mirrors life of sales. It mirrors working on teams of just dummies. And any difficulty in the real world usually will pair in comparison to a raid. So typically, if you work really, really well in a game, you probably can translate that to real life just because you know how to persevere and grind. It also will help with your mental focus. Certain games require an insane attention to detail and focus in order to, excel. And by practicing that level of focus, your concentration will improve. This engagement is just meant to strengthen your brain, the ability to stay focused, do in-game tasks, do daily tasks, do repetitive things, and by doing them more often, you get better at them. And that's usually how you get really, really good at games. When someone makes fun of somebody for not having a job, it's usually because the person destroyed you over and over in your favorite game, making you feel like that if they did have a job, they would be worse, which is true. Games also help give you a sense of achievement and self-esteem. Achievements in games like leveling up or unlocking a difficult achievement give you that sense of accomplishment and dopamine that you have been craving, which helps boost your self-esteem and motivation. If you can't achieve something in the real world, at least you know you can achieve it in the game. Hopefully. Now, that's not always true. A lot of people still haven't beat Dark Souls. There also are therapeutic games, like actually quite a few of them that are actually specifically designed to help with your mental health. Think of games like Journey or Abzu, even Minecraft to a degree. I know therapists specifically that use Fortnite to help, kids with ADD connect, and they use it like literally in therapy to help kids. I'm also thinking of a game like Hellblade, a game that helps kind of showcase mental illness and kind of bring more awareness to things. Games can really, be therapeutic and provide stress relief, help manage anxiety. Anyone that has had a stressful job knows you need something, some sort of vice to help you feel better and unwind. And gaming is a great, safe way to do that. That logically brings us to the next thing. Games provide relaxation. Some games are a lot slower paced in nature and great for relaxing. Think Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley. Again, Minecraft, Fortnite Creative. All of these things can help you unwind after an exceptionally busy day. Games, though, also can help with emotional expression. There's a lot of story games that are extremely emotional that will make you feel something. I'm thinking of The Last of Us, Life is Strange. They help you connect with characters, explore complex emotions, and help you understand yourself better than you did before. The best storylines in games usually rival that of movies. I think I learned a lot about being a dad from playing God of War. And yes, I know I look so young and youthful, but I am a dad of two. And God of War really hit me in a game no other game would, because I was a new dad when God of War came out. And so, boy, hit me pretty hard. It also helps you with decision making skills. The last thing I really want to cover here, but games really force you to become decisive. You have to think on your feet, make fast choices, and deal with the consequences. These are all skills that will help you in the real world. We're obviously going to have a pause because I just had a brain fart. Okay, so we're going to end it here. So the next time someone says gaming is just a waste of time, you can remind them it's good for your mental health. Whether you're reducing stress, boosting creativity, or improving focus, video games can be a powerful tool for your well being. Game on, feel good. Remove the game on, feel good. That part's stupid. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know how gaming has helped your mental health. I want to start focusing more on the positives of gaming and how we can use them to enhance our lives and feel better. Love you all. Okay, I'm gonna copy and paste this whole script. I'm gonna message this to my editor. Okay, messaged him everything that he needs. Honestly, guys, I think we're gonna end the stream here. I don't really see a reason to stay alive, if I'm being honest. So we're not going to. Love you all.